Hello everyone, welcome back to another AC 130 sports video. Baker Mayfield is at it again. Appeared on the You Never Know podcast with Mike Stott a couple days ago, and some of his responses were very Baker-like, immature, seemed to be a little off-putting. I'm going to go over a couple of my favorite comments during that podcast. First off, he says he regrets nothing about any of his time spent in Cleveland. Really, Baker? You don't regret anything? You don't regret playing last year, completely injured and costing your team a playoff berth. You don't regret playing injured last year and costing yourself millions upon millions of dollars. You don't regret calling out the medical staff. You don't regret calling out the coaching staff. You don't regret lobbying for Freddie Kitchens to be the coach when he was obviously not the right hire. So, I get it. He's trying to say that he enjoyed his time in Cleveland and he wouldn't have it any other way. But I think if he could go back, he would do a lot of things differently. And if he did, he'd probably still have a job as the Cleveland Browns starting QB. And then the best quote from the Baker Mayfield interview is, I want to read it off. I would love to show up at somebody's cubicle and boo the shit out of them, referencing the Cleveland Browns fans who booed him this past year for his on-the-field performance. Now, I get it, all right? Not everyone gets booed in their day-to-day life, right? Your boss doesn't come into your cubicle and boo you. I get it from that side of things. That would be a lot to handle. But the difference here is, one, people in cubicles aren't making $18 million a year. I get it, right? With money, you can still be unhappy. But, 18 million is a lot different than, that makes things a lot different. But, the second thing I would say is these people who are working in these cubicles, Baker, are paying their hard-earned money to come watch you play a sport, a professional sport that you play 1 day a week for 4 months in the fall and winter. So have a little humility, Baker. These were the same fans that seemingly were the only ones that supported you throughout last year. They have every right to boo. As a Steelers fan, Ben Roethlisberger is treated like, a god, as someone that people in Pittsburgh have cheered on for years and years and years and will continue to do so even though he is retired. There were multiple home games this year where Ben Roethlisberger got booed because of his on-field performance. You are never above getting booed, Baker. Your performance last year was crap, and you deserved every second of it. Don't get mad at the fans because they're actually holding you responsible. I would expect that you, of all people, would understand this I'm better than the world mentality and this I'll show you that mentality. No, the fans showed you that you just suck, and that's why they booed you. So, not a great look from Baker. I think I don't have a problem with him doing this interview like some people do, but, Baker should have went on and had two goals for this interview. Go on and say, hey, here's where I screwed up in Cleveland, and hey, and moving forward in the future, here's what I'm going to do better, and here's why I'm going to be a great franchise QB for another franchise, for another team. Baker did none of that. It was more the same old, complaining, playing the victim card, digging himself a bigger grave. There's no market for you, Baker. You're not helping yourself. Cleveland actually looks like the winner this morning because they said they wanted an adult in the room, and after watching that podcast a couple days ago, they didn't have one in you. I'm not sure they have one in Deshaun Watson either, but they can see why they were done with Baker Mayfield. So, good luck in your future endeavor, Baker. I don't know where the hell it's going to be at, though.